Friends, 605 days of war. On Israel-Palestinian war front, Hamas struck IDF forces in Kibbutz's areas while Israel continued its attack on southern Lebanon where large-scale clashes are taking place. It also continues attack on Gaza Strip with higher intensity. While in West Bank the fight is on. Death toll has been rising both the sides but alarmingly towards Palestinian sides. There have been also reports that various groups, probably pro-Iranian, have carried out 8 plus attacks in last 3 to 4 days across Middle East against US and Israeli targets. In the meantime, Hamas released 2 US hostages and Lebanon has asked Israel for 2 days of ceasefire but have got no response so far. From the Ukrainian war zone, in southern front towards Kherson, battle is on in northern outskirts of Kryvyi The further march or advances by the Ukrainians have stopped but fierce battle is going on towards Aleshki and Kozak camps where Ukrainians have consolidated their bridgeheads, where they had advanced in last few days almost a kilometer. On Zaporizhia front towards Verbov-Rabotino direction, stagnation continues, even though there is a report that Ukrainians made marginal gains northwest of Verbov. Ukrainians also attacked near Novoprokopivka, which is only 2 kilometers south of Rabotino, but no gains. On Rimivka salient, fight has resumed in Staromayorsky area, where the Russian army attacked towards southwest, while Ukrainians carried out offensive towards north. None were able to advance. Pryotne direction, Russian army expanded its control zone marginally. In north towards Swatovo-Crimea line, no major changes. On Kupiansk direction, 2 bridges were blown up by the Russians, which is preventing Ukrainians from actively transferring troops and means across the river. Heavy artillery preparation is continuing from Russian army sides. Ukrainians' counter-attacks are also increasing, but without any significant changes on entire northern front. In east on Avdiivka front, which is the most active and volatile front, the Russian army is entrenched on West Heap and battle is on near railway line close to Berdichi, from where the Russians were forced to retreat after Ukrainians' counterattack. Russians made some marginal gains towards northeast of Stepo. Avdiivka coke and chemical plant under the control of Ukrainians is under heavy fight and heavy artillery preparations going on from the Russian side causing huge explosions. Similar is the situation on the southern flank of Avdiivka where heavy fight is going on. Towards Marinka front, Suryak map reports that yesterday, Ukrainians managed to recapture some of the lost position in north of the town. On Bakhmut front, no significant changes, though the fight continues towards Klishivka and Andrivka-Kurdyumivka line. ISW in its regular report says that Russian army launched a renewed offensive near Avdiivka and marginally advanced. Ukrainians launched missiles at Sevastopol without causing much damage. It again shelled Donetsk after a few days of pause. Russians launched airstrike in Kryvyi Rog, Odisha and other regions. A report says that there are more than 9,000 Ukrainian POWs under Russian control. In the meantime, huge protests are going on against Israeli attacks and genocides globally, which also took place in New York City. And these protests are not only against Israeli attack but also arms ammunition supply to Ukraine and against NATO. But same time there are supports also for American hegemony and attacks in Ukraine as well as in support of Israel, and more so in India, even though not on ground but on social media it can be seen. And reasons unknown as to why these Indians are supporting Nazis and Zionists. That's all from my side, friends. See you tomorrow. Thank you.